Like, I'm watching this, I'm still excited. I have goosebumps, man, literally. Of course, I already felt that Conor is not the same, because Conor used to talk very smart. He was very clever, his trash talk was very sharp. What's up, team? My name is Tom, and today we're gonna react to a documentary called Before and After Fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov. And it means that we will see how the fighters were before and after they fought Khabib, because he changed life. Do you remember how cocky was Conor before fighting Khabib and how he was after? He was still cocky, but no more hype behind him as it was before. So let's get down to the documentary.
Fight fans, welcome back.
You're a phony, a fake.
Last year, GSP said there were three types of people in combat sports: the fighters, the athletes, and the artists.
Well, yeah, and there's a combination of that also. Combination.
But with a relentless work ethic, insane natural ability, and dominance in all areas,
I think we can tell that Khabib was
lightweight king,
athlete and fighter, not an artist.
following retirement, we retrace the legacy of a humble champion that never lost, never bled, and was never visibly hurt inside the octagon.
Well, he was hurt. He was hurt. He was hurt once by Michael Johnson and it was visible. He got tagged.
After fighting,
But that was the only time. That's it.
welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
Number one easy fight in lightweight division.
10 years ago, the Russian signed the dotted line, entering the UFC's lightweight roster on a 6-fight deal.
Joe was struggling. Joe was struggling to pronounce it.
Under the radar, he picked up his first handful of victories, dragging his opponents the distance, but crunching, mauling, and slamming them in the process.
UFC record
Man,
1 takedown.
With an ever-evolving style, Khabib would beat Rafael dos Anjos, his first top 5 opponent.
man, that one I forgot, by the way. Man, he's relentless.
Not so much.
When it comes down to Khabib, he's relentless.
Take notice.
I think he's a little amateur. I think that he needs a little work.
Khabib Nurmagomedov, before you were here, he's already in the press room somewhere telling everybody that'll listen, hey, he's undefeated, he deserves to be next. Is he what you think should be next?
Hey, if they want him next, give him a shot. I'm ready.
Man, such a warrior, man. Such a warrior.
Series of freak knee injuries that Khabib would finally be back in action.
You're fat, you're slow, and you have no rhythm.
Man, that was such an upset when the last fight didn't happen between Tony Ferguson and Khabib. It's cursed fight, guys.
Leaving Pennsylvania
Unfortunately, Tony tripped
opportunity.
by the cable and ripped his knee apart.
16 April.
What?
Here. Where's Tony? Tony is pulled out. Please shut up. I have fight.
Yeah, but Khabib pulled out also
I have to focus.
because he ate too much sweets, you know, tiramisu. It's not good for health.
Better matchup that we could have on 9 days' notice than Khabib himself, you know. But he's just a man. They're all the same.
At the 160-pound catchweight, Porcher was a huge underdog. And as the fight unraveled, it became more and more apparent why.
Big shots. Porcher's got to protect himself.
I'm gonna touch him and he's not gonna like my power, and that's the just of it.
You know, this could easily be stopped.
Man, he got just like smashed.
Though with an embrace
Just
and show of
smashed.
respect, it was a night that highlighted the more
Unfortunately, he didn't. Khabib didn't give him opportunity to show him his power, you know.
You know, you fight the number one guy in the division on 8-day notice. You know, I lost 25 pounds in 7 days. I came off the couch. I hadn't trained in months.
Come on, man, stop with those excuses, man. I hate when fighters do this.
think he is the best lightweight in the world.
with Eddie Alvarez sidestepping Khabib in exchange for Red Panty Night.
Yeah, that was the
It was
best,
another
man.
Tough, quick, and confident American that would take
The
his
crop
place.
of the cream, man. Yeah, that was the fight when he got hurt once, like by punch to the face.
Johnson already beat Tony Ferguson, Barboza, a lot of tough guys. He's not easy fight.
Man, Johnson went like very good back then.
Johnson was the
He was
only
going
man
like
calling out Khabib
very
and
good.
labeling him as one-dimensional.
No, I'm here to take care of business.
But unfortunately, after the fight of Khabib, his career just went down.
We haven't seen him progress his game at all. I hope
hope he tries to test it out on me Saturday. You know, I'm looking forward to that one.
Whilst Johnson, too, deserves credit for stepping up to the plate, his fate was no less brutal.
It almost seems like they're shocked at how strong he is.
Listen, that is pounding Michael Johnson. I go to smash your boy. Make no mistake.
Nice impression by Michael Bisping.
Swept him up, dropped him, and then drowned him.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, as I said, he got hurt, like, in one moment over there. Michael Johnson clipped him.
Потому что этот болей, который, если она ломается, она, ну, больше не восстанавливается, эта рука прежняя.
So he said, like, if he would break the arm, it wouldn't be the same anymore because, like, it doesn't recover as good as before.
But Khabib's focus quickly switched to the lightweight title and one man in particular.
I wanna fight for your chicken because this is #1 easy fight.
Bro, man, that was like...
But this is up to main event. Because
That was crazy, man.
of course, you know,
That was crazy.
The toughest challenge.
When Khabib started to target Conor,
I mean, come on, I mean,
man,
just,
that was mad.
Would get his shot at the lightweight
Because there's a lot of controversy in that.
But 5 months prior, it was Edson Barboza that would look to halt the Russians' route to the top.
Man, Edson is a warrior, but like Khabib
talk about him because he's not a true
just
fighter.
On
put the
back
pace on him, you know, in that
wins,
fight.
Barboza jumped at his chance to face the very best.
Two best lightweights in the world fighting, you know. He definitely.
Man,
one of the
Edson's
best,
still
and one of
fighting.
the
How
best,
crazy is that?
That's making me very excited for this fight.
The fight itself felt like a slow, brutal execution.
Bro, Edson was so tired in that fight. I mean, he was just like
You just can't cover
very
it.
tired.
It's almost like he's the only one on the court. Yeah. It was like he was the only one in the cage. Dominance by Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Fight of the night, and a reminder of just how good Khabib really was.
What does make him so special?
Everybody know his game. Everybody know his game plan, and nobody can stop him. I think definitely one of the best of all the time in the lightweight.
Now, if UFC give me 1 hour rest, I can fight one more time with Conor or Tony.
Man, I love his confidence.
He's just barreling down, coming straight forward like a tank. You know, I got a little more style than I got a little more.
I think it's a bit vain, but Khabib, because I'm probably his biggest fan in the UFC. So
You really think he looked terrible in that fight?
Khabib? The man looked the same that he did a couple years ago.
After another Tony Ferguson injury, coupled with some replacement drama,
They checked, they looked at me, and they said, "You don't look good. You can't do it."
Of course, I think the doctor saved our boy. What was his name? Oh my gosh, Holloway. They saved him because he would get moved, you know. Also, remember what happened when Holloway fought Dustin Poirier? He lost. He just went like weight up. He lost to a better man. Of course, the weight difference plays a big role, you know.
the New Yorker's takedown defense and awareness was indeed on point.
That was very intriguing was the fact that Iaquinta was able to get back up.
Unfortunately for him, this was the night we found that Khabib's striking had improved greatly.
Khabib.
Man, how, like, if you compare his striking when he just entered the UFC and like when he was fighting for the title, man, it's like day and night.
He's cool, calm under pressure. He got out of it, and then he was like, all right, that's it. Now I'm going to kill you.
But with the American referring to him as a monster post-fight, it was still going to take something otherworldly to stop him.
Now I want to fight with George St. Pierre in New York, Madison Square Garden.
Oh man, unfortunately that fight didn't happen because it was the dream of Khabib's father to so that Khabib would fight George St. Pierre because it was big fan of him. His father was. Man, this situation is so controversial, man. I'm telling you guys. Guys, also controversial is that that you guys are not liking this video, so like it. Please subscribe, press the bell so to get notifications.
However, as we know, this was all about to change.
I am going to truly love putting a bad...
So a bit backstory about Conor and the Khabib conflict. Back in the day, Artyom Lobov said things like that Khabib is scared because when he gets a small scratch, he pulls out of the fight. And he said, "Look, Conor fought with the injuries like you're a chicken, basically." That's what Artyom Lobov said. Artyom Lobov was like a big friend of Conor McGregor. And then in a hotel before a fight night, Khabib crowded Artyom Lobov, bullied him, you know, in the corner, just slapped him, and like that was crazy, man. And in that night, when buses were going to the arena, Conor just flew from Ireland. He just jumped into the plane. He flew from Ireland to New York with his boys, like juiced up to the gills, man. He entered the garage. Fighters were in the bus, and he just took the dolly and just threw it to the bus where Khabib was sitting, man. How crazy is that, man? Conor lost his mind back then.
On this little glass jaw rack. 3-4 times. You tap 4 times. So I'll chop your head off the like canvas, kid.
Bro, I remember that like build up. It was... Of course, I already felt that Conor is not the same, because Conor usually used to talk very smart. He was very clever, his trash talk was very sharp. But if you take a look what his trash talk was when he fought Khabib, press conference, yeah, it was not so sharp. It was dumb.
Turned into a nightmare.
Yeah.
Don't kill me, you know.
Khabib brought his best to the octagon, which was shortly followed.
I think it happened in 4th round, where Khabib finished him. I really don't remember. It was either 3rd or 4th round.
To the sport's highest-grossing pay-per-view.
Conor gets a hard time about his cardio all the time, but who has Khabib faced that didn't look like that after 2 rounds?
I just misinterpreted his efficiency. He was very efficient and he took shots well.
Yeah, that's for sure, man.
Where do I see weaknesses in Khabib's game, or where do I think he makes mistakes? And I don't really need him to be weak for me to be strong, you know. I don't need huge glaring holes. I'm going to create them.
What are your plans as champion?
I just want to mold people.
I just want to kill. Pure killing machine.
A year later, after putting the ugliest scenes of his career behind him, Khabib's attention turned to another man who was tearing through the lightweight division.
Dana, Sean, Khabib, let's go!
Poirier didn't bring the drama like Conor, but as an all-rounder with game-changing power, it was a clash that lit up the imagination in equal measure.
I'm going to make something special happen September 7th in Abu Dhabi. I'm going to shock the world.
Everybody fought like that also, but not me. I knew that he's gonna lose.
Cautious version of Dustin in Abu Dhabi.
You have to push him back a little, and we haven't really seen that out of anybody yet because they're so worried about the speed of that shot.
And ultimately, despite having success of his own, he was overpowered and submitted in the 3rd.
Man, I remember there was like a guillotine attempt from Dustin, and it was like it looked very close. But when after the fight, like commentators asked Khabib how it was the guillotine, he said, "I didn't feel it. There was nothing there."
And his feet are like hands, like his foot sweeps, and the way he breaks you down, it's good, man. He's good.
Man, this is next level. If somebody like Dustin Poirier says that about you, this is the level that I cannot like even imagine, I think.
He's not going to be able to do what he wants when he wants.
In a promise to his family, Fight Island would be the last time we saw Khabib defend his crown and unbeaten.
Man, that was such an anticipated fight. I really believe that Justin Gaethje can knock out Khabib, man. I really... Do you remember it, guys? Please comment below your emotions before that fight, if you watched it. If you remember it, man, that was like mad. I thought he's gonna smash him. Because, like, Gaethje was like coming up, he was knocking out everybody. He was just this wrecking machine, man.
No trash talk was necessary.
Everyone knows this is the best fight at 155 pounds, and we are finally here.
Man, I'm watching this, I'm still excited. I have goosebumps, man, literally.
She said, "No, I don't," and hit him with a left hook and an uppercut.
Oh!
Though what was supposed to be the roughest, toughest night's work of Khabib's career was made to look like another day at the office.
Yeah, but Khabib got his legs kicked out a lot, man. He was suffering because Gaethje was kicking his legs. He was landing those low kicks, you know, a lot.
Might even have gained him more fans than a victory.
But I love the way Khabib said after the fight. He said, I don't wanna damage Justin a lot because his parents was in the arena. He didn't want them to like be sad about that, so he decided to choke him out, you know. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy my content. Please subscribe, like, and click the bell for more of UFC documentaries and fight stuff.